You're standing in the grocery store, picking up lettuce, paying $4, $5, $6 for leaves that'll wilt in your fridge by Thursday. Meanwhile, there's this voice in your head saying, I could be growing this. But here's the thing that stops most people. They think gardening means waiting. Months waiting. You plant something, you hope, you fuss with it, and then, 90 days later, maybe you've got something worth eating. What if I told you that's not how it works anymore? There are vegetables you can grow right now, literally from seed to your dinner plate, in 30 days or less. No massive garden. No experience needed. Just a pot, some soil, and consistency. I'm talking about going from seed to harvest faster than a Netflix season drop. And the best part? By the end of this video, you're gonna know exactly which 5 vegetables to start with. You'll know how to plant them, when to plant them, and this is the money part, how much you're actually gonna save by not buying these at the store anymore. So stick around, because the last 2 I'm about to show you, those are the ones that'll really surprise you. The ones that hit different. The ones that make you wonder why you ever paid for vegetables again. If you're someone who's been thinking about growing your own food, or maybe you've tried and it felt like too much waiting, this changes everything. New to this channel? Hit subscribe. If you've already grown some of these, let us know what worked for you. We're building this together. Let's go. Arugula, the fastest win. You want speed? Arugula is your answer. This isn't one of those patience is a virtue plants. This is a you planted it on Monday and you're eating it by Friday situation. No exaggeration. Seeds germinate in 2 to 3 days. That alone feels like magic when you're used to waiting weeks for anything to happen. Here's how you actually grow it. Get a container. Honestly, anything 10 to 12 inches wide work. Fill it with quality potting mix. Not garden soil. Not topsoil. Get the good stuff designed for containers. Moisture holding, drains well, that's the sweet spot. Scatter arugula seeds across the surface. Don't go crazy with depth, just press them lightly into the soil. They need light to germinate. Water gently. Keep it moist but not waterlogged. That's it. 2 weeks. That's your baseline. Most varieties are ready for a first harvest around 18 to 21 days. You're cutting the outer leaves, letting the plant keep growing. And here's where it gets interesting. You don't harvest once. You harvest multiple times. Same plant, 3, 4, even 5 harvests before it gets too bitter or bull. Best months to plant. Spring, early April through May, or fall, August through September. This is a cool season crop. Summer heat? It bolts. Winter frost? It adapts. So plan around those windows. The money part. A seed packet costs you $3. One container growing arugula gives you roughly 6 to 8 ounces per harvest. At the grocery store, pre-packaged arugula runs $4 to $6 for half that amount. You're looking at saving $15 to $20 per month, just from one pot of arugula. That's $180 a year. One plant, one pot. And you're eating fresher, better tasting greens because you picked them 5 minutes before eating them instead of wondering how long they've been in that plastic clamshell. Radishes, the satisfying harvest. Radishes hit different because you can see what's happening underground. You plant the seed. A week later you've got little green tops poking up. 2 weeks later you can literally feel the bulb forming if you gently brush the soil aside. That tangible progress? That's what keeps people coming back to gardening. French breakfast radishes are the sweet spot for containers. They're ready in about 25 to 30 days. Some varieties go faster. The 18 jours literally delivers in 18 days. But French breakfast is reliable, tasty, and consistent. Here's the setup. Get a container at least 6 inches deep. Deeper is better, 8 to 10 inches ideal. Fill with potting mix. Plant seeds about a ½ inch deep, spacing them an inch apart. Keep the soil consistently moist. They prefer cooler weather and sunlight, but they're not fussy. Water regularly. That's your whole responsibility list. In 3 weeks, you're pulling radishes out of the ground, actually growing food. The dopamine hit is real. Best planting windows: spring, March through May, and fall, August through October. Radishes hate summer heat. They'll split or bolt or taste harsh. So respect the seasons, plant in cool weather. The financial angle: radishes cost almost nothing per seed packet. Store-bought radishes? $2 to $3 per bunch for maybe 8 to 10 radishes. If you're growing 3 or 4 pots of radishes on a staggered rotation, you're harvesting bunches every week. That's saving you $30, $40 monthly just on radishes. Plus you're roasting them with olive oil, pickling them, throwing them raw into salads. They're versatile. And homegrown ones taste sharper, fresher. Store ones have traveled 3 days to get to you. Yours are hours old. Lettuce and spring mix the volume play. Lettuce is the gateway drug to growing your own food. It's forgiving. It grows fast. It tastes noticeably better than grocery store lettuce. And once you get the rhythm, you're harvesting so much you're actually giving it away to friends. Spring mix. That's your blend of oak leaf, red leaf, butter crunch, and other tender varieties all growing together, is the easiest. Each variety has slightly different maturity windows, which means you get staggered harvests from a single container. Planting is straightforward. Get a wide, shallow container, 12 to 14 inches across, 6 to 8 inches deep. Potting mix in. Scatter seeds densely across the surface. You want maybe 16 to 25 plants per square foot. They're small. They don't need tons of room individually. Light mist. Keep moist. Place in a spot with morning sun and afternoon shade if you're in a warm climate. Full sun if you're in cooler weather. First harvest? Outer leaves at 20 to 25 days. Full harvests? 30 to 35 days. And like arugula, your cutting leaves plant keeps producing. Sweet spot seasons: spring, February through May, and fall, August through November. Lettuce bolts fast in summer heat. It appreciates cool temperatures. The dollars and cents reality: a seed packet of spring mix runs $2 to $3 and produces enough lettuce for 2 people for 6 to 8 weeks if you're harvesting regularly. Grocery store spring mix? $5 to $7 per container. Those containers are barely enough for 2 salad. You do the math. 1 seed packet covers what you'd normally spend $50 to $80 on in grocery lettuce over 2 months. And it tastes leagues better because it went from soil to your plate in hours, not days. You've now got 3 vegetables you can start growing tomorrow. All 3 are fast, all 3 save serious money, and all 3 taste so much better than what you're buying. But wait until segment 2. The last 2? Those are the ones that'll actually surprise you. Spinach, the nutrition angle. Here's where people get confused about spinach. They think 90 days and write it off. That's for mature, big leaf spinach you're planning to sauté or cook down. But if you want tender baby spinach for salads, that's 20 to 30 days. Totally different timeline. Baby spinach is where it's at for containers and quick harvest. Bloomsdale long-standing is the variety that works for most people. It's cold-tolerant, disease-resistant, and tastes genuinely good. Not that tough, bitter spinach you sometimes get. Actually mild and nutty. Here's how you grow it. Use a container at least 8 inches deep, 12 inches wide. Potting mix, same quality stuff. Scatter spinach seeds. Thin the seedlings to about 4 inches apart once they've got true leaves. Keep the soil consistently moist. Spinach doesn't tolerate drought. It'll bolt fast if it gets stressed. Give it morning sun, partial afternoon shade. You're looking at 20 to 30 days for baby leaf harvests, or you can wait 45 to 60 days for bigger leaves if you want to cook with it. Ideal growing periods: spring, March through May, and early fall, August through September. Spinach laughs at light frost. It actually tastes better after a cold night. But deep freezes will knock it back, so time accordingly. Why this matters financially? Store-bought baby spinach runs $4 to $6 per container, and half the time it's already halfway to wilting. Spinach is also nutrition-dense. More iron, more nutrients per ounce than lettuce. So you're not just saving money, you're getting better nutrition. A seed packet costs $2 and produces enough spinach for one person's salads for 2 months. That's $40 to $60 in grocery spending replaced by a $2 seed packet. But the real value? Spinach that's actually fresh, that hasn't spent a week traveling, that went from your soil to your morning breakfast. Pea Shoots, the restaurant secret. This is the one that surprises people. This is the one that makes you realize there's a whole category of vegetables restaurants charge premium prices for that you can grow for pennies. Pea shoots. That's it. That's the whole play. You've seen them on restaurant plates. Those delicate, sweet, tender stems used as garnish or salad component. Restaurants pay between $3 and $8 per ounce for these. $3 to $8 per ounce. They'll mark it up and charge customers $20 to $40 for a salad that has maybe half an ounce of pea shoots on it. And you can grow enough in 2 weeks to supply 3 dinners worth. Here's the setup. Get a shallow tray or container, even a 10 by 10 inch square works. Add an inch of potting mix. Soak pea seeds, regular garden peas work fine, for a few hours, then spread them densely across the soil. They should be packed pretty close, almost touching. Mist lightly. Cover loosely with a cloth to keep moisture in. Keep in indirect light. In 5 to 7 days you'll see shoots poking through. In 10 to 14 days they're ready to harvest. You literally cut them at soil level with scissors. One tray can give you multiple harvests before the plant gets tired. Best growing windows. Spring or fall for maximum sweetness. But honestly, pea shoots grow year-round if you give them steady moisture and moderate light. The financial side. This is where it gets good. A pound of pea seeds costs $4 to $6. That pound produces multiple trays of pea shoots over several weeks. You're harvesting enough tender pea shoots to fill salads or use as garnish for maybe 100 times what restaurants are charging for the same product. But here's the kicker. This is where your attention shifts. This isn't just about saving money at the grocery store anymore. This is about realizing you can grow a product that has genuine market value. Farmers markets pay attention to pea shoot. Local restaurants buy them. There's actual money here if you wanted to scale it. But even just for yourself, you're never buying sad, wilted garnish from the store again. You're walking to your patio and cutting fresh, sweet pea shoots that literally taste like spring. Here's what you now know. 5 vegetables, all harvestable in 30 days or less. All growing better in containers than in a traditional garden setup. All tasting exponentially better than what you're buying at the store. If you actually grow these, and I mean actually commit to it, not just buy seeds and let them sit, you're looking at saving somewhere between $150 and $300 per month depending on how aggressive you get. That's real money. That's not hypothetical, you could save. That's actual dollars staying in your pocket instead of funding a corporate agricultural system that's optimized for shelf life, not flavor. But there's another layer here that I'm gonna drop in the next video. Because once you realize you can grow this stuff, the question becomes, what do you do with the overflow? Some of you are gonna plant 1 pot of arugula and that's perfect. You get fresh greens every week and you're happy. That's the whole point. But some of you are gonna plant 5 pots, and then you're gonna have more lettuce than you can eat. And then you're gonna start thinking, could I sell this? Could I hit the farmer's market on Saturday morning with a basket of pea shoots and radishes and spring mix? The answer is yes, and it's actually easier than you think. So next video, we're going full farm to market. I'm showing you how to go from growing for myself to actually making money selling this stuff. We're talking farmers markets, restaurant supply, direct-to-consumer sales, real numbers, real strategy. If that sounds interesting, and honestly, if you've made it this far in the video, I'm guessing it does, hit subscribe, because that's the next layer of this whole thing. In the meantime, pick one, just one of these 5 vegetables, buy the seeds, get a pot, try it this week. Because once you taste homegrown arugula, once you pull your own radishes out of the ground and realize they're still warm from the sun, once you cut pea shoots for a salad and taste what fresh actually tastes like, you're gonna understand why we made this video. Leave a comment. Tell me which one you're starting with. And if you've grown any of these before, drop your tips below. We're all learning together. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Because every week we're finding new ways to stop throwing money at the supermarket and start growing it instead. See you in the next one.